I'm Adaure Achumba. It's great to be here. First this morning, new details and more reactions unfolding following the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump Saturday evening. Greetings to you this Sunday, July 14. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay. I'm Adaure Achumba. In the last several hours, the FBI has confirmed the identity of the suspected shooter in this incident. Here's what we know so far at this hour. Following the incident, President Joe Biden spoke to the media. He said he reached out to former President Trump while also condemning the actions of the shooter. Happening right now in 10 Tampa Bay, we are tracking breaking news out of Hillsborough County. That's where 3 people are dead and a deputy is also injured. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Adaure Achumba. Now at this hour, we know 2 of those people who were shot dead are a mother and father. Now let's get right out to 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo live at the scene right now. Nick, what do we know so far about the family involved and the status of the injured deputy? TSA says it has set a new single-day high of nearly 3 million passengers screened on Friday. But severe weather is also causing major issues in critical transportation hubs. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more. And right now, investigators are still trying to find out why a glider crashed into a roadway in Winter Haven. It happened on Avenue K Southeast near 6th Street Southeast. That's just before 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Here's a look at the scene. You can see the glider took on substantial damage after the pilot landed on the roadway. Today, many are gathering not in celebration but in solemn remembrance. The Clearwater Honor Fest is taking place this morning. It is a tribute to our brave veterans as events for Memorial Day weekend kick off today. Now to a developing situation out of Pasco County. Authorities there are trying to piece together exactly what happened to a family of 4 missing since Thursday. Now this comes after they found human remains at a location where the family was staying with a friend. Now, the remains were found at a home sometime Friday night on Nottingham Trail. The Florida State Fire Marshal is investigating a fire that destroyed a home, a barn, and 2 cars. It happened on Braggs Lane in Brooksville Friday evening. Initial reports say an e-bike inside the barn started the fire. A small Pasco County business is hosting a bittersweet celebration today. This after the owner says his business is facing big problems when it comes to insurance costs. 10 Tampa Bay's Angelicia Bruton spoke to the owner of Gill Dog, who says they're permanently closing up shop after their insurance rates got simply too high. In just a few hours, a beloved Citrus County fire training captain will be laid to rest. Captain Michael Fletcher died in an off-duty boat crash on the 4th of July. On 10 Tampa Bay's Hannah Deneen is joining us live from Citrus County Firehouse 9, where preparations for his funeral service are right now underway. Now, Hannah, family and friends and firefighters are coming from all over the Tampa Bay area to pay their final respects to Captain Fletcher. And developing this morning in Polk County, we're anticipating more details about a deputy-involved shooting that happened just after dinner time Friday night. The sheriff's office says the incident happened in the Oakwood Estates area. This is right off Spirit Lake Road in Winter Haven. As for the grandmother and the deputy, both of them are being treated at the hospital for their injuries. Officials are yet to specify the nature of those injuries or their condition. Again, details are slim so far in this case, but the sheriff's office says more details will be made available later on this afternoon. And we'll bring you any new information we get once we have it on air and online. Right now, investigators say they were in the area at the time of the shooting, but they're still looking into whether the suspects were involved. Now, that shooting happened in a parking lot on the corner of South Howard Avenue and West Horatio Street. 3 people were shot and 2 of them unfortunately died. Now, the shooting was the second in 3 weeks in the Soho district. It's been 3 days since heavy rains brought flooding to Sarasota streets. Right now, the county is under a state of emergency and cleanup is just beginning. Here are 3 things you should know that could impact your weekend. Now, as flood waters recede across Florida this morning, some homes and businesses are dealing with plenty damage. Now, according to FEMA, just 1 inch of water in a home can cost more than $25,000 in property loss. Now, the Better Business Bureau has several tips if you're impacted by flooding. Memorial Day is tomorrow, but happening right now in Hillsborough County, community members are remembering the brave men and women women who've made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo is joining us live from Veterans Memorial Park. That's where the Memorial Day observance is about to start any moment from now. Good morning, Nick. This morning, a local teenager in the city of Holiday has become an inspiration because of her determination to get an education. She's faced years of housing insecurity, but hasn't let that stop her from earning her high school diploma. For her, moving from place to place meant always having to change schools, but an accessible online education program proved to be a lifeline. Now she tells 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst college is next. Florida was one of the first states in the country to require all K through 12 public school students to have the option to learn online. Nearly 100,000 students enroll in virtual schools and academies each year. From the nightlife to the chickens and, of course, the handmade cigars, there's a lot of history behind and in Ybor City. 10 Tampa Bay's anchor Caitlin Lockerbie spoke with Dr. Wallace Reyes, the tour director and a historian there at Ybor City Museum. This morning, we take a walk with him to learn more about this historic neighborhood. Friends, we are in your bag and watching your money this morning. The cost to eat out is going up as more restaurants are adding fees to your final tab. It's a new kind of sticker shock, but are they breaking the law? 10 Tampa Bay's Verify anchor Josh Sidorowitz did some digging before you dine. As the summer heats up, so does travel. Right now, you may want to brush up on your French and Italian because Europe is a top destination. And with so many options to choose from, traffic anchor Sarah Rosario caught up with a local travel agent, giving us ways to make your trip both time efficient and cost effective. Our Verified team is taking a deep dive into what's become one of the most talked about issues of the 2024 presidential election. Now, many of you have emailed us asking about Project 2025. And even right now, Google Trends shows it's one of the top searches here in the Tampa Bay area. So what exactly is Project 2025 and what's it all about? To help you separate fact from fiction, Verify reporter Casey Decker breaks down the key points you need to know. And now back to our top story. We are continuing to follow the developing news about the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Thanks for joining us here on 10 Tampa Bay this Sunday morning, July 14. I'm Adaure Achumba. Now, this morning, Trump's campaign says he is okay after being grazed in the ear after gunshots rang out at one of his rallies in Pennsylvania. This is a video of Trump arriving in New Jersey hours following the incident. Reporter Scott Schaefer from our sister station in Pennsylvania went to the rally's location hours later. He has more on the investigation and the suspected shooter who was killed by a Secret Service officer on the scene. Let's get you started right away. Joining our meteorologist Mike Prangley with a first look at your weather forecast. Good morning, Mike.
It is. Great morning. Good to be with you.
It's been sizzling hot out there. Is it cooling down any?
Well, about 2 o'clock, we'll get a little cool down with those splash and dash showers. So,
okay.
Yeah,
we'll take it. This is definitely a sight to see, and it's almost like a first instinct for folks to start feeding these folks, right?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
In fact, bears know how to climb trees. They're pretty nifty, and they can basically. Would you rather have a bear?
They can get used to that too, and keep coming back for more.
They could. Yeah, we don't want to have.
Want that.
We don't want to have the bear problem.
Welcome back. You're still watching 10 Tampa Bay. It's a belated happy birthday for Edie. That's the lady tortoise. The San Antonio Zoo is celebrating her 150th birthday. But if you ask the staff there, they aren't really sure exactly how old this tortoise is. It is a blessing when you can live that long, but
that's true.
I don't know who your friends would be.
Why couldn't my dog have lived over 100 years?
Yeah. Okay, friends, this one is a sight to see. A little piggy on the run, or was it really? Take a look and decide for yourself here. Now, this is Pickles. Well, he led these officers on a slow-speed chase in California. Rounding up this little piglet proved to be a little harder than expected for these officers. Now, the officers, of course, definitely got their workout in. Now, Mike, maybe the little piggy was going out to find the other two little piggies and his workout just got interrupted. I mean, he could have.
I don't know. We have any pig proverbs? I'm thinking of a pig proverb.
Kick off your morning right away here with a first look at your weather forecast with meteorologist Mike Prangley. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. It's kickoff. Catch it. And we're running back for the touchdown. Yeah, we got a great weekend on the way.
Indeed.
Have you noticed that Saharan dust that came all the way from Africa? 4,000 miles. Is that something now?
I knew you were going to throw that one in.
Yes, and you know, we like the dust, not the tropical
Not the one
system.
that comes in it, right.
The other thing that comes from Africa.
I'll take the dust over the hurricane, for sure. I'm Adaure Achumba here with meteorologist Mike Prangley. Now, we've been getting a lot of that soaking all week. Got to keep the umbrellas nearby. When's it going to end? Or
Well, our rainy season woke up in a big way. Historic rains in Sarasota, and it's not done with us yet.
June is PTSD Awareness Month, and for many of our veterans, particularly wounded veterans, they are at risk. Now, the Wounded Warrior Project offers so many services for our veterans, including adaptive sports. On 10 Tampa-based Jenny Dean has more on one athlete's story in this morning's Beautiful People. And that right there is very important work that the folks at Wounded Warrior Project do, helping people like Rodriguez there, you just saw that, who put their lives on the line for us.
Yes, true inspirations.
And we also want you to remember that you can also get storm ready with the upcoming 14-day tax holiday. The tax holiday removes the sales tax on storm-related items that you buy during this time, including batteries and portable generators. Right now, many Americans believe they're not prepared to help someone in an emergency. A new poll from the Ohio State University finds only 51% of adults say they're able to perform hands-only CPR. A big event that you can take part in today out on the water is Aquapalooza. It's happening in Sarasota. Now, the organizers say they're expecting more than 500 boats to anchor in the new Pass Sandbar. Riding the bus to and from school is not typically something kids look forward to, but a Pinellas County bus driver made it his mission to change all of that this school year. And that's one of those things that I can't say I experienced, only because my dad took us to school or my mom took me to school. So that's something I kind of like. Every time I'm like, oh, that would be nice to get on a school bus and see what it's like. A lot of people will be out on the water for months to come, especially this Memorial Day holiday weekend. And this morning, we're giving you a look at Aquapalooza. It's one of the big attractions this weekend for boaters in Sarasota. And of course, don't drink and drive if you're operating a boat. Aquapalooza is happening tomorrow, Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Stay cool and rehydrate, of course. We'll be back later tonight. Thanks for watching 10 Tampa Bay.